The man greedily licked the dew off the glass with his tongue, but there's only so much water, it only makes him feel more thirsty. The man has been trapped in the car for 3 days now, and the rising temperatures inside the car have caused him to become severely dehydrated. When there was no hope for survival, a woman approached him. She looked out the window of the car, seeing that hope was just around the corner. The man held out his hands to the woman for help, but here's the strange thing. No matter how much the man cried out, the woman never responded. Seeing that the woman was about to leave, the man honked his horn like a madman, trying to attract the woman's attention, but the car had already been tampered with. Outside, not only can see what's going on inside, and the sound insulation is very good. Looking at the woman who is getting farther and farther away, the man was in complete despair, but suddenly the car's central control computer suddenly rang the phone. When the man heard it, he thought he was hallucinating, but when he trembled and pressed the answer button, the voice of the car's owner came through. But the strange thing is, the owner of the car was not surprised. Instead, it awfully helped the man turn on the air conditioner. The sudden happiness, the man felt instantly relieved. But it wasn't long before the man realized something was wrong, because at this moment, the air conditioner in the car began to uncontrollably and frantically lower the temperature. Seeing that the temperature is about to reach 0 degrees, the man quickly dialed the air conditioning vent, trying to close the air vent, but the air vents had already been welded shut by the owner of the car. There was no way to close it. At the same time, all the air vents in the car started to face the man in unison, continuously supplying cold air. If this trend continues, the man will soon be blown into an ice sculpture, sent to the North Pole for exhibition. He had no choice. The man has no choice but to endure the pain, undo the clothes tied to the wound, and put them on to protect him from the cold. Then he grabbed a footrest from the floor, covered the front air conditioner. Then he took out the toilet paper from his pocket and stuffed it into the air vent above his head. But despite this, the man was still shivering from the cold air. He was shivering from the cold air, but just as he was about to lose consciousness, the owner of the car called again. When the man heard it, he didn't dare to do anything else. He hurriedly pressed the answer button, and without saying a word, he began to apologize to the owner. But who knows that the owner of the car not only did not soften his heart when he heard it, instead, he was afraid that the man would die before he had enough fun, before he's had enough. So the kind-hearted car owner told him that there was water in the bag, although the man did not get the owner's forgiveness. But fortunately, the water in the bag was enough to keep him alive for a while. When he had enough to eat and drink, the sky is getting darker and darker. Looking out the window at the flirting couple, the man's fingers started to move unconsciously, thinking that when he goes out, I'd like to feel the pleasure I've missed for a long time. But then, I don't know how many times I pressed the button. Suddenly started. The man didn't dare to wait any longer. He put the car in gear. He stepped on the gas. He crashed into the pole behind him, although he was knocked out of his eyes. But the man is still strong and energetic. He kicked the windshield, then stretched out the window with his heavy body and breathed in the air he hadn't seen in a long time. When he had had enough, the man climbed out of the car with great difficulty. He stood up trembling, looking at the street scene in front of him. The man thought to himself, and after so many years of career as a thief, how could he have encountered such a strange thing?